in the 1850s, this is a Maori village. By the 1880s, it was New Zealand's first tourist town. It was a mixed town, so Europeans and Maori. And we had 2 hotels here. And what they were coming to see was 9 kilometres away, over here on the banks of Rotorua. Rotorua means warm lake, and it was too hot for fish, but there were a lot of bird life. But on the edge here of the lake was the world's largest synclitic terrace. These are built up by geysers, and that was the world's biggest one. And on the other side of the lake was the pink terrace. Now up there on that painting there you can see, and the pink terrace. And the pink terrace was pink because it had iron oxide in with the sinter. It was also the hottest geyser. And up near the top here, those pools, terraces were about this deep. So full of hot water. The higher up you were, the hotter the water, the lower down the cooler. So you found yourself a pool, and there you'd soak away all of life's troubles. So, but also back up here, behind the white terrace, was Mount Tarawera. When you leave here, if you head 500 metres down the road, there's a lookout across the lake to the mountain. But 1886, the mountain, which was 12 kilometres from the village, decided to erupt. And there it is, getting up to a spot of mischief, throwing 11 kilometres into the air, ash and lava bombs. And there's a little lava bomb. Now that's a little one. And of course, on the night, they were hot.
Yeah, it was raining down.
Yes. To erupt. They ran to the top of the hill here and watched it, thought, wow, this is fantastic, look at that. They thought that until the bombs started to arrive. At 2:30, it erupted over here at Waimangu, creating the Waimangu Valley system. That was just ash eruptions, but now it's 17 kilometres long. And at 3:30 in the morning, it got bad. It came up underneath the lake. And because of the massive hydrothermal system that had created those terraces, and water and magma, don't mix, that caused a humongous steam explosion. And that blew out 2 cubic kilometres of mud and ash. The little lake went from being about 600 metres wide to being 3 kilometres wide. It went from being 20 to 30 metres deep to 127 metres deep. All this mud, it buried everything inside this area here, 22 metres, even up to, in places, 40 metres deep. What we got was a mud and ash cloud, and it came over this village and it rained down mud, ash, hot lava bombs for 6 hours. And and 2 metres deep.
Wow.
So there we have the village before and after. And although you see the 2 hotels here, no European style building survived. Simply because they're taller, they're broader, they just got crushed under the weight of that mud. And this is the hotel, or one of the hotels before and after. The only thing left standing was that front wall. It was supported by the debris of the veranda in front of it, and everything behind it just crushed. But this man should be down here.
That's just the roof right there,
Yeah. And gentleman Rawiri, he was buried in his house for 36 hours until he was rescued to die here. And they would not let him stay. They picked him up, they carried him to a village at the far end of the Green Lake. The house was between the two hotels, and it sheltered 63 people that night. I couldn't imagine there being much room for breathing.
Right.
Look at the land. This is the flour mill. This was around the corner. Died for anybody, not for many decades. Thursday morning being the most destitute. They walked out of here with nothing. They'd lost their land, they'd lost their income, which was the terraces. And they walked out to the shores of Lake Rotorua and were dependent on charity. Hotel, as you see, not much left of the roof. There is one building that does survive to today, but that's because it's not here. The grass, it eats up wood very quickly. So, the governor of New Zealand at the time, as governor came to an end and he was going home to England, he wanted to take home some carvings with a fund for the people who were now living out there by Rotorua on charity.
Wow.
Very well looked after.
Yeah.
It is at Clendon Park in Surrey and in England.
There's a lot out there.
Memorial.
And yes, there are. We Kiwis are great travellers like you. And standing in England. And he hopes to have them finished by June next year, and then they will go, and the old carvings will come
So
back.
that's fairly recent, right?
Yes, yes. And there they are, half buried. And if you put a stick of poplar in the ground, it will sprout and it will grow.
Wow.
So we have here a row of tree stumps here at number 10. And these are the fence posts there that have grown.
So they're trees now.
They're now 140 years old. So when they were about 120, they got a bit unstable. Things were falling too much. So now they're tree stumps, but they are sprouting
Again.
and they're still alive.
Oh, nice.